morning. The company that is drilling for oil at a site near Gatwick Airport says its first day of flow testing has produced far more high-grade quality oil than it had anticipated without the need to pump. Shares in UK Oil and Gas have almost doubled after the company said that the site could produce hundreds of barrels a day.
But environmental campaigners have been continuing to protest outside the Horse Hill site, claiming that energy companies should be moving away from fossil fuels like oil. SARA SMITH has the details.
They've already nicknamed it Gatwick Gold, crude oil from far beneath the Surrey countryside.
If I was sitting in the deserts of Saudi Arabia, possibly there's a slightly different case, but we're 1.5 miles from Gatwick Airport. It's a fantastic result, there's no doubt about it. It looks like one of the best finds in this country in 15 years or so.
They drilled here over a year ago, but only tested the flow for the first time yesterday. The amount and quality, they say, exceeding all expectations. This site, they claim, could produce 350 barrels a day. The whole Weald Basin, stretching from Kent to Hampshire, 150,000. The UK as a whole uses 1.4 million barrels a day.
One of the big things about this is that this is indigenous oil. It's very good for our energy security, clearly because we have control of it. But the other side of it is that not only do we have the oil here, but we get a lot of jobs and wealth created within the country. So it's kind of a double bonus.
Well, this is the first tanker full of oil to leave this site, 170 barrels worth. It'll first go through processing and then on to the refinery. In a few weeks, you could be putting it into your car. The company shrugs off suggestions they'll use controversial fracking here, saying the oil they're looking at is between 900 and 600 metres down, too close to the surface to allow it. But protesters insist there would be no other way to get to it, and that the environmental impact overall will be significant.
This is a clear intent that they're going to go forward with fracking, and the scale of it will be at least 12 pads. And if that's the scale of it, then watch out for Horley, because this place is going to become industrialised.
While the share price leapt today, some who keep an eye on the oil business are less than convinced that A, the find here is a surprise, or B, that it's quite as big as suggested.
I would certainly treat this find with caution at the moment, both because of the technical uncertainties and the oil price uncertainties, and even if it does prove to be something which goes, it's not going to make a massive difference to the UK oil and supply and demand picture.
But with this tanker alone carrying almost £4,000 worth of crude, the enthusiasm here is unabated.
Well, SARA SMITH is at Horse Hill for us now. Sarah, what's going to be happening there now then?
Well, they'll need a range of licences before they can go into commercial production from, among other bodies, the Environment Agency, the Surrey County Council, from the government, and they could take over a year to come through, and then they need to get the equipment in place to start the extraction. And this isn't the only place in the Weald Basin which is being eyed up by oil companies. There could be several dozen other ones that are in line for the same treatment.
Sarah, thank you. The damaged stretch of railway between